There is any African proverb that goes like this: when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. And this is what I believe, and I want to make myself abundantly clear on this because this is undoubtedly the best revelation I've ever gotten. So, this is what I believe, or this is the revelation I have. There is nothing outside of you has power over you because you decide how you want to think, you decide how you act, you decide how or what you want to do with your life, right? So there's really nothing has power over you except you. All right? So this is why I say I want to make myself abundantly clear on that because you might say, but there's something that it's bigger than me. There's something that I'm facing. There's a challenge that I'm going through right now, which is bigger than me. It might be financial problems, it might be marriage problems. But let me tell you this: when there's no enemy within, the enemy outside, it's powerless. The enemy outside, it's defeated because the enemy that has power over you, it can only be internal enemy. Sometimes you can be your worst enemy, your worst obstacle, because the enemy that come from outside, he don't have all the information of the insides. But the enemy from insides has all the information, all the secrets, all the weaknesses. He know exactly where is the alarm. He know exactly which room you are sleeping. He know your weaknesses because this enemy lives with you. But the enemy from outside has no power over you because the enemy's agenda is to weaken you and is to harm you. Have you read of the parable of the servants, of these servants that came to their master and said, "Master, didn't you sow a good seed in your field? How then does it have tares?" And the master's reply is simply say, "Any enemy has done this." So you have to identify the enemy before you can think of confronting the enemy, because the enemy come, kill, steal, and to destroy. The enemy only come to kill, steal, and to destroy. But you have to identify the enemy before you confront the enemy, because the enemy will instill fear in your heart. It will put doubt in your mind. That's the enemy. So, but when there is no enemy from within, this enemy outside, it's powerless. So you have to undo everything that the enemy has done to you. You don't have to gather like these servants, because these servants wanted to gather and the master said, "Hey, hello, no, don't gather them. Lest you unplug the wrong ones. Let them grow together. Let them grow together. Then I will decide when they're mature enough to prune them, when they're mature enough to uproot them." You see what I'm saying? So you have to undo everything that the enemy has done to you. Don't gather, because you might just gather the wrong information. Because gather means assemble, bring together. But let me tell you something. When there's no enemy outside, when there's no enemy within, inside you, the enemy outside can do you no harm. Maybe you are your worst enemy. Your laziness is your enemy. Your pride is your enemy. Your jealousy is your enemy. Your judgmental is your enemy. But let me free you today with the truth. Let me recreate today with the spirit of your creator, that today you will be free forever. Once you get this revelation that I have, once you have this truth that I have, you will be free forever. Because with this news that I have, you can never lose. You cannot lose with this stuff that I use, man. I've got a truth that can free you up. I've got a word that can power you up, because this word that I have today, it's powerful. You see what I'm saying? So, defeat the enemy within. So the enemy outside can do you no harm. That is why even when we are around the crowd, we feel like we have ourselves because the crowd mean nothing.